qualified for the Olympia and you present the package that you bring, and you're so consistent with the package that you bring to stages each and every single time you jump on stage, there's no doubt in my mind you've got to go into the show as the favorite.
What's up, brother?
My bro.
Hey. How you doing, man?
I usually don't do contracts.
Yeah.
Loving your work that I see on social media, unofficially. I kind of made a few phone calls yesterday. I'm glad I saw you in person. I didn't even know you were going to be here in Memphis. I want you to Texas Pro.
Brother, thank you so much.
What? Take the handcuffs off.
Wow.
I want you to cover the Texas Pro. If you want to do it for men's physique, is that a yes?
That's an absolute yes. That's an absolute yes.
What you're doing,
yeah,
highlighting our brothers in the men's physique division,
yeah,
the sport itself. I respect it. I want all the cameras on the fucking lenses. I want the Texas Pro to be watched worldwide, and I want media production like yourself there in the building.
Brother, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
We'll be there.
I'm calling hard. I'm calling Phil. We're making this happen.
Do it.
Yes.
Whatever you guys need, Texas hospitality, I want you guys there.
And honored, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Let's do it.
Thank you. I didn't even see the film. I didn't even see the camera over here. You just heard it first. The Men's Physique Show, Texas Pro. Like a marriage, like a bond. We're bringing it. And let me tell you something. If you're an athlete and you're not in this show, shame on you, because we're going to be covering it worldwide. You are going to get known. If you want to be popular, if you want to be seen across the globe, Men's Physique Show, Texas Pro. Let's go, baby.
What's going on, Men's Physique world, and welcome back to the Men's Physique Show. Can you believe we are officially 9 weeks out from the 2026 Mr. Olympia? Don't ask me where the time has gone. The season has absolutely flown. The athletes are getting excited. We know that the athletes are, the ones that are qualified at least, are all in the middle of their preps, putting in the work to bring the best versions of themselves to that Las Vegas stage in September. Now, that being said, there are a number of athletes that are still wanting and still fighting for that Olympia qualification. And with only a handful of shows left in this qualification series, these shows are really starting to heat up. But before we get into the shows, before we get into the qualified athletes, we need you to do one thing. And if you are yet to have subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure to do so right now. Smash the subscribe button, and also make sure to like this video to help us push this video to the algorithm and to the bodybuilding community around the world to help grow this sport and this division that we love so much. And now that we have done so, I want you to sit back, relax, and without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Now, Hart, you know what to do. Pull up that qualified athletes list and let's dive into it. Now, right off the get-go, you are going to see one highlighted name in that qualified athlete section. It is none other than Yoon Sung Lee out of South Korea. And after the package that we saw last week at the Taiwan Pro Show, he absolutely deserves to be in that list. He won the Taiwan Pro Show last week. He also won a show late last year in Asia. And man, does this guy have quite the physique on him, quite the package. He brought the conditioning, the sharpness, the shreds, the balance, the symmetry, the posing, the works. And he's well-deserved, claimed his spot in his 5th ever Mr. Olympia competition. Now we got to look at the top 25, but at the bottom of the list, and we do see some movement in that section. The first one being Dilson Espindola, moving up a couple of points at the Brazil Pro. We also see Kaique Santos jump into the top 25 after claiming the Brazil Pro last week. And Nick Ghosh moves up a spot after collecting some points at the Taiwan Pro. And last but not least, we have Ryan Clark back in the top 25 after collecting a 2nd place finish at the Chicago Pro. Now that we've spoken about that, we know why you're here, and it's to dive into this weekend show. And we've got 3 big shows going down this weekend. We've got a show in Colombia. We've got the Vancouver Pro, as well as a Huanji China Pro. Let's kick it off with the Vancouver Pro. This is our lineup, and we've got some familiar names in this one. We've got AJ Allison. Man, is this guy defying the odds. At his age, with the physique that he's presenting, he's putting some of these young bucks to shame. We also have Julio Suarez down the bottom of that list, and we've got Mario Stewart that I want to talk about. So let's dive into AJ Allison. First and foremost, man, this guy's proving that age is just a number. This physique on the man, look at him. He's got the looks. He's using that Kippy skincare, that's for sure. Look how silky smooth and clear that skin is. But in addition to this, that physique at his age. He is absolutely dominating. I hope that I look a little bit like this when I get to his age and he's jumping on stage for the first time in 2026. I did see a post that he actually recently uploaded to his Instagram, and he kept this one under wraps. This guy looks good all year. I don't think I've ever seen AJ Allison ever out of shape. And now that he's doing these Instagram reels and TikToks, he's always in shape. I'm sure he's doing it for a reason. He's also keeping in shape to help with the views and help with the algorithm. Well, we all know this, AJ. And guys, if you haven't checked out his Instagram, make sure to go do so, because he is dropping some hilarious reels. Him and his partner are so consistent with it. We absolutely love what this guy is doing. But I can't wait to see AJ with the tan, with the oil, back on stage at the Vancouver Pro. Also keep an eye out on AJ because he's also doing the Master Show. Next, we need to talk about Julio Suarez. I feel like this guy is arguably going into this show as the favorite. He won the Republic of Texas Pro a couple of weeks ago, and boy, didn't he look good. We were talking about Julio after the Toronto Pro Show, where he came third behind Shun and Drew, and now after taking home his first Pro Show win of 2026, this guy is in the running. He's 1 foot on the plane to his second Mr. Olympia competition. Is this weekend the show that he secures and punches that ticket to the Olympia? We'll find out very, very soon. And last but not least, I want to talk about Mario Stewart. The guy has run the gauntlet in 2026. We saw him do a Mile High show, Body B1. We saw him do the Republic of Texas Pro. We saw him do, there was 2 other shows that he's also done, but he's been very up and down. We saw him place 3rd, 4th, then 7th, back to 3rd, back to 4th. We see him kind of all over the place. It's not really consistent. But that being said, his physique has gotten sharper and better every single time he's jumped on stage. Fingers crossed he's able to land the plane this weekend at the Vancouver Pro. Fingers crossed he could potentially take out the win. We're going to have to find out in a couple of days' time. The next show that I've got to talk about, we're going to fly...
Hello, you filthy kangaroos. It is me, Philip Naselli, aka Avomp. I'm just Mini Phil here checking in to make sure you have liked and subscribed to our video. And while you're at it, why don't you just hit that alert bell as well? I love you guys. Let's get back in today's video.
Over to China for another Huanji China Pro. Me, Gaffer, and Hart were talking about this the other day. I feel like there's a Huanji China Pro happening all the time. But these guys, I must admit, put on quite the production. They put on a show. If you are yet to check out one of these Huanji China Pros, do yourself a favor, tune in this weekend, because you will be absolutely amazed at the production that these guys and the work these guys go through to put on one of the greatest shows on the bodybuilding calendar. But there is a name that stands out there like dog something. I'm gonna keep this one tamed. It stands out. It is world number 5, Edvan Palmera, making the trip over to China. We know that Edvan won the Huanji China Pro last year, right after the Olympia. Now he's going back to back. He wants to win it again. He wants to get some momentum. I'm sure he wants to get some data as well leading into the 2026 Mr. Olympia, just to refine that pick and make sure he lands the plane perfectly, because we know how tough that competition is going to be in Vegas in a couple of months' time. We've got Chiron looking deadly. We've got Ryan looking deadly. We've got Ali. We've got Brandon, and we've got Aaron Banks, who all look dangerous. Where does that leave world number 5 moving into the Olympia? So fingers crossed they're able to get some data and absolutely nail it, because I know Edvan does not want to get any lower than 5th in the world. If anything, he wants to go higher. But in addition to this, look at the Chinese that have come out for this show. We've got Zhao Long, who's officially qualified for the Olympia. He wants to go head-to-head with Edvan to kind of see where he stands. We've got Zhao down the bottom, who has won a pro show. He won a pro show, I think, 4 weeks ago in Asia. He wants to go back-to-back. We've got Vegeta Kang. We know something for sure, and he's going to have the biggest goddamn calves on that stage. Will he bring it in? Will he peak perfectly? We're going to find out in a couple of days' time. But all I'm saying is, if there is one show that you want to watch moving into this weekend, it is definitely going to be the Huanji China Pro. Now, before we get into the last show of the weekend, I want to say a special shout out to the official board short company of the Men's Physique Show. It is Manifest Competition Wear. Guys, if you have been watching our show, if you've been tuning into Men's Physique shows around the world, you know that every athlete on those stages are rocking the Manifest board shorts. So if you're jumping into MPC shows around the world in 2026, do yourself a favor, go to the Manifest board short page, use the code MPShow, and score yourself some of the best board short in the game. And also, stay tuned. If you've been keeping tabs on the Manifest Instagram page, there is something special dropping very, very soon, and you don't want to miss that one. Now, let's get back into the show. The last show that I need to talk about is, and I don't even know if I'm going to say this one correctly, it is the Gomeisa Ultimate Battle Pro going down in Colombia. Wow. Heart. Cue the Pablo Escobar music, because this is going down in Medellin, Colombia. And there is a standout name that's jumping back on stage. And this, I know I spoke about Allison never looking like he's out of shape, looking absolutely incredible at his age. But there is a man at the bottom of this list, Victor Ramirez. Is this guy defying the odds? We know that he's already qualified for the Olympia. He wants to rev things back up. He wants to get back into the groove of things, making sure that he's leaving no stone unturned. And he definitely is going into this show as the favorite. And there's no doubt about it. When you're qualified for the Olympia and you present the package that you bring, and you're so consistent with the package that you bring to stages each and every single time you jump on stage, there's no doubt in my mind you've got to go into the show as the favorite. That brings us to the end of today's episode. Guys, if you haven't already, like I said at the start of today's episode, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like the video, drop a comment down below who you think is going to take out every one of these shows. It doesn't need to be first, second, or third, but who do you think is going to win in China, in Colombia, and in Vancouver this weekend? And last but not least, take a screenshot of this episode, put it on your Instagram stories, tag the Men's Physique Show official, Hart McGrath, Philip Naselli, and Aline Bolton, and we'll reshare that to our Instagram stories as well. And guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. Enjoy the rest of the morning, the afternoon, the evening, whatever time you're watching this one, and we'll see you guys with Hart's video in a couple days' time. Peace.